Okay, look, there is no denying and no debating. Frozen are monstrous films with Titanic-sized box office. The two Frozen films each have already made well over $1 billion each. This is a $2 to $3 billion franchise already. It makes a lot of money. I get it. But there's a report coming out of the Wrap today that says all three of Kristen Bell, Josh Gad, and Adele Dazeem
Nice.
have scored $60 million each.
Nice.
$60 million each
So they are mega rich.
for Frozen's 3 and 4. This puts them in the Robert Downey Jr. playing Tony Stark pay scale range.
For voice acting.
For showing up for about 3 weeks, maybe 2, after all the animators make the film, going into some sound booths and recording dialogue. Okay. Look, the Wrap is, I don't consider the Wrap to be quite up there with like Deadline, Variety, The Hollywood Reporter. But if I was going to say there was an upper echelon of the trades, I might put it in there in the number 4 position, right? Like much better than a lot of the other trades that are out there. But I think it's still Deadline, Variety, The Hollywood Reporter, and then probably the Wrap. So I think the Wrap is very reputable. I go to the Wrap a lot. I like the Wrap a lot. But I got to say this, guy. I have to say this. I have a very hard time believing the authenticity of this report because I just cannot imagine. I cannot imagine, and I cannot let it go, that they would pay Robert Downey Jr. in Avengers scale kind of money to voice actors who are treasures. Voice actors are amazing. I'm not trying to diminish voice acting whatsoever. However,
it's not your likeness and face, like, your body.
I mean, literally, it's, and I $60 million for a couple. What? Now, you might be able to make an argument to me, but even for Idina Menzel, who is the voice of Let It Go, and the whole voice of that franchise, you can justify to me an impressive pay scale. But again, we are talking about, oh God, we're talking about 7 times the money Academy Award winners have won for their films, in which they were on set for 4 months and acted every day, and it's their face and image. And again, I love Idina Menzel and I love Kristen Bell. By the way, her show on Netflix right now, Nobody Wants This, is actually really brilliant. It's a really brilliant show. Anyway, that aside, I just have a hard time. I have a hard time believing this. And again, I'm not pointing my fingers at the Wrap and calling them liars, but this is so unbelievable for any sports fans out there. Like when the news that the Dallas Mavericks traded Luka to LA, nobody believed it. Everybody wanted to see confirmation because it was just too unbelievable. This is too unbelievable for me to believe. I got to see Variety back this up. I got to see Deadline back this up. I got to see The Hollywood Reporter back this up. Hell, I got to see Gus's Gas Station Movie Reviews.fart back this up, because I cannot. And if this is true, somebody should get fired. Somebody should get fired. Like, I love Josh Gad. I do. I'm actually I know he doesn't have all the fans in the world. I am actually a real big appreciator of Josh Gad. But there is no way in fuck that he should be making $30 million a film for voicing a fucking snowman. There's no universe in which that's acceptable. And by the way, for anybody out there, and I can already hear the chatter going, well, John, why do you care? It's not your money. Yes, it is. Because again, one of the big problems in Hollywood today is they're overspending on everything. And when things get overspent, that means it becomes harder and harder to make money. So guess where the studios go to get that extra money that they're spending? They get it from you, and they get it from me, So I want to put it right back at them that you are the one who pays for it, whether it comes for how high the concession stand price is getting, how high the movie tickets price. This is why. So don't not be concerned about somebody going into a voice booth. And again, I feel bad saying this because I treasure all three of these people. I think they're wonderful, but there is no way that you should be spending $60 million per performer on a 2-picture deal in which they're just doing the voices to the characters. There's no way. There's no reality in which that. And I would say this. If these were live action things, like if Kristen Bell and Idina Menzel and Josh Gad were all going to be starring in the live action version of it, I would still say it's not worth $60 million. You shouldn't be paying them $60 fucking million each. It's just, I can't wrap my head. Rob, I don't know if you can tell. This is breaking my whole sense of reality here a bit. This seems absolutely ridiculous to me. And again, I ain't blaming Kristen Bell or Josh Gad or Idina Menzel. Hell, if they want me to come in and fart in the office and give me $30 million to do it, I'll happily take it. I don't blame them. You take what they're willing to give you. I just think it's utterly ridiculous that they're paying this amount. Guys, we want to take a second and thank the sponsor of today's video, BetterHelp. You know, guys, as the days start to get shorter and it starts getting dark before you've even had dinner, this time of year can feel a little heavier than usual. And something I've been trying to do lately is to reach out to people I haven't connected with in a while. Just last week, I messaged a buddy of mine that I haven't talked to in a while, and we just grabbed lunch. And afterwards, I found myself thinking, why didn't I do this sooner? This time of year isn't easy for everyone, and staying connected really does matter. We're better when we have community, when we have support, and when we make the effort to check in with the people we know and love, and check in with ourselves. And for a lot of people, reaching out for therapy is the same way. It can feel like a big first step, but once they do, they often say, why didn't I do this sooner? And BetterHelp can be that first step. BetterHelp's therapists follow a strict code of conduct and are fully licensed in the US. They'll also do the matching work for you. After a short questionnaire, they'll help connect you with someone who fits your needs, drawing on more than 12 years of experience. And if the match isn't quite right, you can switch therapists anytime. So this month, don't wait to reach out. Whether you're checking in on a friend or reaching out to a therapist yourself, BetterHelp makes it easier to take that first step. Our listeners get 10% off their first month at betterhelp.com/Campea. That's betterhelp.com/Campea. Anyway, Rob, you saw this report. Believable, not believable, nothing to be concerned about? I don't know. What do you think about it?
Oh, I think it's believable. And if you look at what the 2 Frozen movies made at the worldwide box office, it's floating around $2.7 billion. Let's also add in all the merchandising and everything to do with Frozen. I don't think it's out of the realm of what they should be paid, actually. And if you think about going back to something like
the animators who will work for 4 years on these films will probably take home $200,000 or $300,000.
I understand, but these characters, like it's
you can't tell me you can't find somebody who can reasonably replicate the voice Josh Gad does for Olaf the Snowman. Like $60 million?
It's the old.
And you think this is even remotely justifiable?
John, it's the old Picasso story. Guy comes up to Picasso at a restaurant and says, hey, man, can you draw something for me? Picasso takes a napkin, puts a little doodle on it, hands it to the guy and says, that's $1 million. And the guy says to Picasso, $1 million? You did that in 2 seconds. He said, yeah, but it took my entire life to know how to be able to do that in 1 second. So what you're paying them for, what you're paying your 3 stars for, is for their entire fealty to this franchise. Not just their performances, but all their appearances in perpetuity and throughout the universe forever. And this is one of Disney's biggest franchises. So what you're doing is you're paying these people to basically being chained to this franchise forevermore. Is it worth 2.7 billion? I mean, if you think about it, it's only 180 million for all of them, and they're probably going to make another $1.5 billion on this franchise. So that takes the value of this franchise up to $4 billion.
Yeah, but Rob, that's predicated on the assumption that if anybody other than Kristen Bell did that voice, this movie wouldn't have made that money.
Oh, well, I'm not, of course.
That's obviously not true. Or if anybody other than Josh Gad did the voice of Olaf the Snowman, the movie wouldn't have made 2.7 billion. The movies wouldn't have made two. Of course they would have. Yes, they would have. And by the way, that's not me trying to cast any shade on Josh Gad, who is awesome, or Kristen Bell, who is awesome. But it's like, I don't like, meanwhile, we have stories of like people who are going to be working years, not 3 weeks, years on this film that are going to have trouble paying bills. And they're going to pay these guys for 3-4 weeks of work, $60 billion each.
$60
million each.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, to me, this story by itself is becoming a poster child for what is broken in Hollywood. This is
I don't disagree with you.
Shining example of it.
I don't disagree with you, but I'm just saying that I think that there is, look, whether we like it or not, you know, this is just like, I was going to say, Jack Nicholson ended up making like $60 million off Tim Burton's Batman back in '89. And it's not unprecedented that actors, you know, for these big roles, these are huge, these are anomalies. Not everybody in the world gets this kind of a payday. This is an outlier. So it's not even outliers to somebody like Jack Nicholson, who was part of the reason that the studio greenlit the movie, and part of the reason that a lot of people thought this movie now looked like it had credibility, because you had a real movie star in it, and was actually on set for 4 months in makeup, making the movie happen. We're talking about the outliers being some people who walk into a sound booth who are awesome and should be paid very well. But I mean, this kind of money, but the thing is, are you going to disrupt a product that's they've made two movies that made $2.7 billion at the box office?
I agree, but the argument is to pay them well and to pay them handsomely.
I know.
I would say if you paid, like point me to another voice actor. And by the way, for Jack, you know, and I know that part of that was he, like Alec Guinness, was wise enough to say,
yep.
But
that, by the way, that could be part of what
I was thinking.
They're talking about. I mean,
it's not in the report. There's nothing in the report about this being based on box office results.
But the headline said it was a package. So
for 2 films, not a points package. It just says a package of 2 films, 3 and 4, so 30 million each.
Right, which means though that could include merchandising, that can include spin-offs, that can include a lot of other things, because package is pretty. That's so if it's 30 million each, that means 30 million a film. It's just not 60 million a film. And that also might have to do with promotional things. That might have to do with a touring show. That might have to do with appearances.
We're talking money that some of the best actors in Hollywood have never seen those types of paydays.
Right, but how many people have been in a franchise where 2 movies made $2.7
But again, they're just
billion?
there. It's not that big because of them. They're there, and they do it great, and they do it well. But again, when you're talking about animators who are going to be working 14 hours a day, probably for 4 years, and they might take home $300,000 or $400,000, but you're going to give a dude $30 million to walk into a sound booth and make a voice of a snowman for 3, 4, 5 weeks.
Yeah.
Again, to me,
I could see if
this is a great example of why Hollywood is broken. This is
I
awful.
could see if this was a package outside of 3 and 4. If it was like, hey, we have 3 seasons on Disney Plus that you are all going to guarantee you're giving your voices to. We're going to do a Broadway stage version of this that you're going to tour from New York, London, this and that for like a year. I could see if it was like this huge package where it's like, okay, got it. But I do wonder on the points if they were demanding points and Disney just said, just pay them off, don't give them points.
That could be too.
I don't know.
I mean, oh boy, again, just to me, this is the new poster child of why Hollywood is broken, why these movies are costing so much money to make, and why your movie tickets and your popcorn and your soda is getting more and more expensive. It's because they're giving $240 million to people just for going in and do voice acting. Again, it's not the entire problem, but this is the poster child of what's broken in Hollywood today, that they got to fix this. Anyway, guys, question is for you. What do you think about this? I mean, don't get me wrong. I am super happy for Idina Menzel and Josh Gad And like, I'm super thrilled for them. I am. I mean, if they're offering it, take it 100%. I just think there's something completely broken in their brains that they would put up that kind of money for voice actors in a movie, regardless of how big the movie is. Anyway, guys, maybe you feel differently about it, which is the great thing about talking about movie stuff, is that we can all have different opinions. However you feel about it, jump down to the comment section below and let us know your thoughts. Hey guys, thanks so much for watching this video. Make sure you like the video, leave a comment, and subscribe to our channel. And don't forget, we have a daily podcast called the John Campea Show podcast, available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or your favorite podcasting app of choice. Go and subscribe to it today so it'll be there when you need it.